Among Us, the game that has single-handedly taken over the world of gaming and made us all into fantastic liars. Here on YouTube, Among Us has become one of the most popular, most played games around, with all the big names from PewDiePie to the Sidemen getting in on the action. If you're unfamiliar, Among Us is a murder mystery game where 10 astronauts have to complete various tasks on a spaceship, but some of them are actually imposters, trying to kill the other teammates and sabotage the game. The astronauts come together to decide who they suspect most and who to vote out. But outside the world of gaming, you've got people applying their talents to Among Us in really creative ways. I've seen people do sculpting and model making, you've got fan art, you've even got people making it out of Lego. And so today, in this new series I'm calling Workshop, I'm going to be creating themed magic based around the game Among Us. So welcome to Workshop Episode 1. Okay, so the first step is probably the easiest part of the process, and that is just simply brainstorming ideas of tricks I would like to do that are themed around Among Us. And at this point, I am not worrying about how I will do the tricks, I'm just thinking of effects that I would like to accomplish. So let's have a think of the sort of things I can come up with. Okay, so we have some basic ideas laid out, and I'm liking this. It's a good start. Obviously, I have no idea how I'm going to do these tricks, but we've got some starting points. So we've got the whole idea of imposters and crewmates. I'm thinking maybe there's an imposter card, a card that is sort of different to the others, and somehow it changes or I reveal it in some way. Not entirely sure where I'll go with that. I really like the idea of venting. That was one of the first things I thought of, actually, that somehow a card can go in one card box, or an object can go in a container and appear in another container, like venting from, medbay to electrical or something like that, I'm not sure. We've also got the idea of killing, obviously, which is the sort of point of the game. It's a murder mystery game, so maybe I kill an object, like burn it or something, and it turns into a ghost. Again, not entirely sure the line I really want to go down with that. Okay, so now I'm just going to play around with some cards and see what I can come up with to do with the idea of venting. So whether it's I use 2 card boxes or something, if we just cut it in a certain way, I can make a little vent, so it's like this, and if I want to decorate this to obviously look more like a vent at the end of it, that's something I can think about. So I don't know, whether something sort of goes in here and disappears. So for about half an hour, I played around with cards, cutting them up and using card boxes and whatever. I wanted an object to disappear into one and reappear into another. And here I'm using green card because I thought of using the idea of green screen. Ultimately, this didn't work. The next stage of the process was to take some Among Us imagery, print them, and then cut them out. One idea that I came up with near the start of this process was the idea of the imposter cards. So if I have a bunch of cards and one has a different back design, and I have the little characters on the front, we can essentially do a trick that is like a game of Among Us, where the card that is selected turns out to be the imposter. Okay, so we might be onto something here. I've created these cards that are Among Us characters. We have red, we have white, blue, orange, green, and pink. You can see one of them is red and the others are blue. And so obviously the red is going to be the imposter. I'm not going to show you which colour is which, however, that is the trick. So often in Among Us it sort of feels like a bit of a random choice who you vote out. So this time it really will be random. We have 6 cards and a dice. But I've got to say, I'm happy with these cards. They turned out all right. Ideally, it would be good if they were sort of specially printed cards, but I can't print playing cards just for the purpose of this one trick. So this is the best we can do, and I think this is going to work. It's going to be good. It works. It works. Okay, we have our first trick. Wow, simple as that. Okay, let's move on to some other concepts. There's some other things I want to explore. Alrighty, so we have more of these characters, more of just the Among Us characters, and what I'm thinking now is, at the beginning of the game, when you're just in the lobby, as it were, and you can choose your colour, your little character changes colour, and so what I think would be interesting is having a trick where, quite simply, one of these little guys, one of these astronauts, changes colour. To let you in on the secret a little bit, what I'm actually thinking for one of them is using a magnet. If I have a magnet on the back of one of these and put it on top of another one that's just normal, by waving something magnetic over it, the top one will be sort of whipped away and the colour change will happen. So I think I'm going to create one of those gimmicks right now. Okay, so the props are ready. We have the card with the magnets and the crewmate also with the magnets. And then we have another crewmate here, just normal one. And if we put them one on top of another, they line up quite well and they look like one crewmate. Might need a little bit of trimming to make it perfect, but then we take the card here and with just a wave, it looks like that imposter changes colour. And in actual fact, it's just here. So that is a little colour change, a little outfit change. At the start of a game, you pick your colour. I'm happy with that. That's another trick for the bag. In fact, I think the thing I was making earlier has actually dried. So we have this, which I super glued together using a coffee stirrer and just, again, another crewmate. I mean, I've actually got two blue ones here. After some finished touches and last bits of construction, I was finally ready to perform my Among Us magic. We're going to play a game of Among Us, and in this game there is one imposter among us. So obviously we have the blue cards here, which are going to represent the crewmates in this case, each with a different coloured astronaut on it. And we also have the red card, and the red card is going to be the imposter in our game. So if I shove the imposter somewhere randomly in the middle like so, we have the blue cards surrounding it. And the aim of the game obviously is to eject the imposter. Now, because you're not here in the room and you can't pick one of the cards for real, what we're going to do is use this dice. This is you, and you're going to make a random decision. Obviously if it's 1, that's the top card, we can see that's not the imposter. So we have 4, excellent. So the 4th card is going to be the imposter, hopefully. Here we go. So we deal 1, we deal 2, we deal 3, we deal 4, and we have this 4th card, red. So red, and obviously if it had been one more, we'd had orange or white, we have blue, we have pink, we have green, all of which hopefully should be blue, and this one should be red on the back. Oh, it's blue. It's a crewmate. We've ejected a crewmate. What is going on? The other cards must have somehow ganged up on red. Unless maybe they're all imposters. So there we have episode 1 of Workshop, and I really enjoyed throwing together these ideas. In just a couple of hours I managed to come up with some effects that I'm actually pretty happy with, so if you want to see me do more of these, more episodes of Workshop, then leave me some suggestions of what I should do magic themed around for the next episode down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video then make sure to leave a like on your way out so that other people can enjoy it like you did. Also, one last thing, I am currently funding a deck of cards on Kickstarter. This is the Dystopian deck. If you want to learn more about this deck of cards, then make sure to check the link in the description for all about what this deck is, what it's about, and how you can make this deck a reality. One last thing, if you are new to the channel and you've never seen a video from myself before, then consider subscribing, it really helps the channel out. I'm only a small creator, but this channel is gaining a little bit of momentum, which is really great to see, so thanks for all the support. And I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, stay safe.
I think you're gonna have to be gentle. Or you're gonna have to go.